Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another video. I'm going to be filming my baby must-haves. I'm going to share with you 5 things that we got for my baby that we actually used and 5 things that we got that we did not use. So yeah, if you guys want to see what those things are, then keep watching. Okay, now firstly, take this video with a grain of salt if you're like a first-time parent or a seasoned parent and some of these things worked for you, didn't work for you, you know. It's just one of those things that it really depends on the baby, I think, because some of the things I'm going to share that didn't work for us are actually quite common things that babies do seem to love. So take this video for it being our experience, with it being our experience with these things. But anyways, let's get into the video. Okay, so first of all is this Baby Einstein playmat. I think it's called a sensory playmat. We got ours as gifted from our family, but we got to choose this one. We picked this one because it said that it was a sensory playmat, and it's got 18 sensory toys. It had a little bar on it that played melodies. It also had some flashcards. It had these soft cubes with numbers on it. It had some toys dangling off it, and the mat itself had like different, like, I guess, sections, like different corners that had things that were like kind of crunchy or had that different texture or very colorful. Definitely not a beige minimal kind of mat. It's like a decent sized mat, like it was quite big. Like this lasted us until, I want to say, from birth until maybe when my daughter was a year old, I want to say. Once she started to like walk, she wasn't getting much use out of it, but literally like a whole year, which is amazing. But yeah, we really loved this one. I went through so many, like, 2 minds about everything before we chose this one. I was having a look at like some of the other more minimal ones, but I realized that this one my baby was gonna enjoy much more because it was colorful, it was educational, it had sensory elements in it, there were sounds, and she just loved it from she played with it with so many different, like, at different stages. So when she was starting to use her legs, when she was quite little, she'd just be kicking the bar and there'd be like these crunchy pieces on it, and so she would hear like the noises and it'd be fun for her. Or when she started to roll, she'd be playing with like the different areas, and yeah, like it was incredible playmat. Love this one. Next up I have here, we call this Pingu. Now I don't actually know the proper name for it. Hold on, let me just Google. This was also gifted to us. You might sense a theme here. I think our family and friends know us or know our daughter better than some of the things that we've chosen for her. But yeah, so this is it mimics a lot of different sounds, like the sounds from mum's womb, white noise. It's got like a little nightlight. It's got a Velcro. It's not, I think the battery is dead, so I can't really, yeah, it's off. And then I need a screwdriver to unscrew it. Anyways, it lights up. So it acts as like a little bit of a nightlight for baby. I'll put up some photos of it actually in use here. It's got soothing sounds like shushing, a heartbeat sound, white noise, and you can also do your own voice recording, and it automatically, I think, turns off after 20 minutes of use, but there's also a sensor on it, so if it senses that baby's crying, it just kind of turns on again and starts making a shushing noise. But yeah, this was amazing. We took it everywhere. We traveled with it. I remember walking on the plane and this was like dangling off our carry-on. My daughter really loved it, and it was just like soft and cuddly, like it's like a little, oh, and yeah, that's what I mean. It's got like Velcro, so you could just attach it onto anything. Obviously, with safe sleep in mind, we wouldn't leave this too close near her, like from a distance. Yeah, we really love this, and even till now we could just take out the nightlight or actually use it. We need to put the batteries back on because she did love it, and yeah, like I said, till now she would still be able to use it as she's a toddler now. Big fans of this. Now let's talk about my husband. When I mentioned this was going to be part of the video, he was like, I think that's a pretty obvious one. But I was like, is it though? Because we didn't realize that it was before we became parents. And that is baby Merino. Now, my goodness, we were told to like get Merino for our daughter, especially because she was born in winter. But if you don't know, then merino is really good for babies because of the fabric, like the wool, it helps regulate baby's temperature, super soft, and yeah, like it's mainly for that temperature thing because babies can't regulate their own temperature when they're that small. So we purchased a few merino pieces, but we also purchased things from like other stores like Baby Factory, Kmart. And then after she was born, we realized just how important it was, because when I'd pop her in like the merino layers versus like a one suit with like singlet, short sleeve bodysuit, long sleeve bodysuit, like in layers, I noticed she was warmer wearing merino. Like when I'd check for a temperature behind her neck, she would always be warmer when she's wearing merinos versus layers of cotton and things like that. Then we realized, okay, yeah, it's actually makes a difference, and we just invested in a few more pieces. And as soon as I would wash them, I would just quickly pop them back on her because we love them so much, especially with it being stretchy. Like it was just so easy to pop her in like a stretchy merino versus the cotton ones. And this one lasted so long. This is actually a size 50, so it's preemie. She was in this from newborn, and we had like a little matching hat, and she was wearing this so much. Not all merino is the same, so have a feel around, see what you think of some of them, because some of them the quality varies and they're not as soft. But like lots of different brands do them, and yeah, it's a great gift to give to expectant parents, because merinos can get quite costly, but you can always get them on sale, especially if you're purchasing reverse season. So example, right now it's summer. They've been clearing out all of the winter stock. So yeah, big fan, and I can't believe she was this tiny, my goodness. So yeah, we really loved merinos, and that's like a common, I think, with most parents, with most first-time parents or parents of babies, is merinos are really good. 4 is our Edwards&Co olive stroller. I posted my review of our Edwards&Co olive stroller. It's a single to double stroller, and so I've done like a full review of like all of the details, our experience using it, what we love. And honestly, we are still using this a year and a half later. Like, it is amazing. We take it overseas when we go traveling to Australia. We take it when we're out and about for the whole day, especially when we know that my daughter's going to have a nap, because it fully reclines all the way down, and so she can have a nap and you can close the canopy. So it's really nice and dark for her, but she's able to still have that vent at the back for airflow. We went to the zoo 2 days ago, and we took it along with us because while she loves running around exploring the zoo, once it was time for a nap, we just popped her in it, played some white noise, and she fell asleep while we were just like pushing the stroller. So yeah, big fan. And I will say that the stroller was kindly gifted to us as part of our collab, which I mentioned in the other video. And yeah, it's something that we're going to be reusing for many years to come, because it's literally just amazing. You can use it from newborn. You can change the seat to be parent-facing, to facing outwards once they get a bit older and want to see the rest of the world when they're out and about. And yeah, it's just an incredible, well-designed stroller. And yeah, we're big fans. And it's definitely one of our most used items, as well as the other things in this list. Like, that's just been used from day one. Like I said, we've traveled with it. So it's literally grown with her from newborn to now toddler. We absolutely love it. So I will link that video up here so you guys can check out the rest of the review. If you would like. Now, this one I kind of stumbled across, I think maybe online. Yeah, I must have seen it online. Oh, where's my necklace gone? They're the Kmart cotton terry nappies. Now, it's literally just like a big square. Now, these are cloth nappies. We use them for burp cloths. We use them for literally everything. Like, we would just pack one in a bag. We would put it on the bed if my daughter was sleeping on the bed. We use it now to kind of give her a wipe after a wash, if we're just doing like a half wash after a messy diaper. It's 60 centimeters by 60 centimeters, and you get them in a 12 pack from Kmart. Now, we purchased these ourselves. When you have a look at burp cloths on the market, they're quite small and they're not covering everything. So babies, they're not gonna do like a little spew in one spot. Like, it's often there's gonna be range. So this one's really good because you can just like fold it and chuck it over your shoulder, and it covers quite a big area. So you can have baby can have burp, little spew. It's all good. You can just use this to mop whatever up. all sorts of fluids. So, and especially because it's white, it's been really good because if it gets any stains, you can just soak it with some Vanish Oxy Action, which we really loved. And yeah, I thought we might need more than one pack. I only purchased one pack. I think it was about $22. You get 12, and that was more than enough because I think otherwise we would have ended up with too many. But yeah, these are amazing. They're also a good unexpected gift, I think, because you honestly, like, we have these and we have smaller face towels, but we use these more because you can literally like wrap up half the body in it if you're going from like the bed to the bath. If it's bath time, that's what we do. It's like we just contain any accidents while the nappy's off. But yeah, these are amazing. It's very underrated. I read all of the reviews on the Kmart website, and then that's how I knew. I was like, okay, well, people are really loving this because it is like a multi-use product, and you're never going to be in a situation where you don't need a towel of some sort with a little one. So I think that is everything for my 5 things that we actually use, and pretty much we're using all of these things now. Aside from the mat, we still use the Merinos in like bigger sizes. Now we're in summer, so we're not using it as much, but throughout winter, yes. And I need to put batteries on our little Pingu so we can continue using that one. 5 things that we did not get much use out of that we thought we would is, number 1 is our co-sleeping bassinet. We purchased this one, and we went into this thinking, you know, we were taught about safe sleep. We got a co-sleeping bassinet, one with like the drop down side. We got a cot for later on once my daughter was a bit older and moved out of our room. What ends up happening is you never know what your baby's going to be like once they arrived, and our baby did not like sleeping on her own. She wanted us near us, which is totally understandable. It's just not what I guess thought would happen, because we obviously bought the co-sleeping bassinet anyways. We didn't end up using it. My daughter loved to sleep on us, and she would also sleep on her stomach. Her neck was quite strong from 6 weeks on, so she was able to sleep on her stomach and like move her head around. But we ended up doing co-sleeping. Now, co-sleeping isn't something that I like went into parenting thinking we would do, but I honestly have no regrets because it ended up being what helped, well, what worked for our family. And like I said, to each their own. We loved it. Honestly, it was just so amazing, especially because I am breastfeeding. Well, I was breastfeeding. I still am breastfeeding. But it made like those feeds every few hours or every hour, whatever baby was going through, whether it was cluster feeds or transitioning to sleeping a bit longer. But it made them a bit easier because I was just able to feed her while she was right there and then pop her back down. And she had the comfort of knowing that I was right there, and we all as a family got more sleep that way. But with that being said, is our co-sleeping bassinet ended up just being like an expensive storage area just for us to like dump things in, because we never actually used it for my baby to sleep in. We tried many times, but she would just wake up, she would get upset, worked up, she didn't want to be in it. Some people love theirs. Ours didn't work for us, but it's just one of those things that you don't know until your baby arrives, like what they're going to be like. Okay, so second thing that did not work for us is dummies and pacifiers. Okay, so these are just like a couple of different brands. Like we've got Bib, we've got Avent, I think we've got Tommy Tippy, we got whatever these brands are, dummies and pacifiers. So I didn't buy too many to start with. I think I bought like 1 or 2, and we thought it might help soothe baby. So we tried it, and she just really hated every single one. And then so we'd keep getting advice from family and friends to, you know, oh, have you tried a dummy? Have you tried a pacifier? And we're like, yeah, we have. She hasn't loved it. And then they're like, oh, try this brand. Babies are really specific. So we went out, bought a bunch more of different ones, and turns out she really disliked every single one of them. I think because I was breastfeeding, I was her source of comfort, which in hindsight, it's like pros and cons, because then that meant we didn't have to wean her off anything. It didn't affect her teeth and gums. But with that being said, like, I know these are really great and a lot of people swear by them, and it provides comfort to their little one. But yeah, it did not work for us. And yeah, I'm sure if I gave her one now, because she's a toddler and she loves like playing with babies and loves feeding babies or her dolls, that she would love it now. But I just don't want to go down that path especially because she's got teeth now, and I know that it can affect teeth placement and things. So yeah, people love them. Did not work for us. Probably my advice would be is like maybe don't buy too many if you're a first time parent, and yeah, maybe buy 1 or 2. Try them out when baby comes if you want to try them out, and then go from there, because yeah. You never know what they're going to be like. Okay, next thing that did not work for us is bottles. Now, this is still wrapped up in its packaging. I exclusively breastfed my baby, I suppose. I don't know if I could say exclusive because, well, she hasn't had any formula or anything. But I did try to pump, or I did try to express, so I could have some milk and my husband could feed her. She took a bottle maybe like a couple of times, like a handful of times, and then she just stopped. We had, I think, a narrow teat and a wide mouth teat. So we tried a couple of different types. Initially she took both, and then she just did not want it. So yeah, bottles did not work for us. I think she just preferred to have it directly from me, which yeah, some babies are like that. I've also heard of some babies liking a bottle and then they stop, or vice versa. So bottles did not work for us. So I'm glad I didn't buy too many. I think it was a recommendation from a lactation consultant is to do 2 different types, like the narrow mouth teat or the wide one. And we just stuck to the one brand. I think it was, yeah, Pigeon. So we tried 2 from there, and then she pretty much just, she took the bottles. We're like, okay, yay, that's great. And then I tried a couple more times and she was like, nope. So we're like, okay, that's fine. Plus, I didn't really need to express that because I was the primary caregiver. It's just when I had to go to an appointment that we thought, okay, it might be helpful if she does take a bottle, because at least she can be fed while I'm at an appointment. Next up is like nursing pads. I guess nursing pads, and should I also talk about maybe these will go hand in hand. So nursing pads and milk collectors. So this is the ladybird from Haka that you just like pop on, and it can collect your milk like a letdown. And these are just some bamboo nursing pads. Now, I don't know why I just assumed that I would be leaking milk and there'd be milk to collect, but I just never did. Like, it is the strangest thing. I popped this on and I was just like, oh yeah, cool, I'll collect all of this milk, especially when I was in the shower, and I thought, yeah, that's what I've heard most people do. And yeah, nothing really came out. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I just don't leak, which was really strange. I don't know. I think because I just kind of thought that majority of people do, but yeah, I don't know what happened there. But yeah, so these are just, I didn't get used to them. We've got a few pregnancies in the family, so yeah, that's really exciting. So I can share these. But yeah, I just didn't end up using it. Let me know down below if that's something that you found as well, if you're a breastfeeding parent, because no, I guess maybe I don't know enough about the statistics and how common it is, but I just kind of assumed that I would, especially because my baby she fed quite frequently, like she's just boob obsessed, and I just thought that, yeah, I would be leaking. Okay, so didn't get much use out of that, but people love them. I've seen like parents collect a lot of milk from like the letdown while they're feeding. Okay, then we're on to my last one. I've got 2 more. I actually have more, but I think we'll just do 1. Swaddles. Now, I know this is going to be a bit controversial because people swear by swaddles, swaddling babies. So we use just like the standard swaddles, like the fabric, but we also purchased, I think this was I forgot the name. I think we got it from Sleep Store. It's called the Miracle Baby, and it's like an actual pre-stitched swaddle. You pop baby in, and then you just like close it, tuck their arms in, the usual, and then just like wrap them up, so it's just a bit easier to swaddle. So we purchased this as well as we were trying just the actual fabric for swaddling. And yeah, my daughter did not like it. She did not like having her arms tucked in. She liked to be free. She liked to like move her legs around, move her hands around, have her hands up to her face. Once she was born, she was immediately sucking her thumb, even though she didn't use that as like a source of comfort afterwards, but I think she just liked having her free access to her hands and things. You literally never know what your kid's going to be like until they're here. But yeah, there's so many other things that we purchased. Actually, there's not that many, but like there's a couple more that I can mention that we thought she might like, but didn't end up being used. If I could pass on one bit of advice from this video, don't buy too much, especially being a first-time parent. Like, don't buy too much and go into it with like an open mind, knowing that your baby might not like the things that you've chosen just for personal preference, really. Like, it's just they're not about it. Hopefully this has been a good video for you guys. It's been really interesting for me to look back on the past year and a half and see like the things that she's actually used, the stuff that we've really got a lot of use out of. And yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to wrap this up so I can go quickly edit this video so you guys can see it. Bye everyone. Oh gosh, the brows are unruly. By the way, I don't know if I told you guys I cut my hair. We have chopped the hair and I think I might go shorter because I just needed another change. Thanks for watching.